sun is shining, come on, get happy. The Lord is waiting to take your hand. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. We're going to the promise land.
As she submerges into the warm balm of anesthesia, she conjures up this musical vision of death, of House as death, of their relationship as a form of death.
Mia Michaels, we brought her in to choreograph the song and dance sequence at the end, which is, phenomenal what she's bringing to the table.
Greg, your tennis, wanted to meet with me. We met and we immediately clicked. We sat for hours drinking coffee and dreamed. We dreamed together, and it was kind of awesome. And then I get a phone call from him a couple weeks later saying, I got it. I got it. We're going to do a dream sequence.
Greg texted me a couple of weeks before we did Bombshells saying, how do you feel about singing and dancing? I said, what kind of dancing? He said, the awesome kind.
I don't see myself as one of the world's natural dancers. Well, I'm English, for one thing. It's against the law over there.
I'm not going to try to choreograph a sequence. I'm not good at that. Mia Michaels is a genius at that, so go Mia. And she's the one who said trampolines and tricycles and circus balls.
In one of the great meetings of all time.
One of the greatest.
Need 2 tricycles and a giant silver megaphone and some doves. It's like, okay, doves.
All right.
But it's cool, we had specific images, you wanted to start in the OR gallery, and we knew that at some point there was going to be the candy cane, but other than that, it's basically Mia.
Well, get your troubles, come on, get happy. You better chase.
It feels very almost Dr. Seuss-ish. Dr. House, Dr. Seuss-ish. It's a fun world, it's a quirky world. Just kind of like their relationship in a weird way. It's dark, it's twisted, it's funny, it's sarcastic, it's many things.
Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy.
All I can say is within seconds of walking into the room, you know absolutely why she's who she is and why she has the stature that she has, but also the complete devotion of her troupe. She just brought the most wonderful sort of energy and inventiveness to the whole thing. She was incredibly generous to me.
With dancers, with actors, with anybody, they're artists. They're not robots, and it's not just one person dictating what it has to be. It becomes a marriage because then you get the best of everybody.
Getting Mia here and being able to collaborate with her and to get inside her head and to present her something that wasn't just take this song and stage something theatrical. It was take this story, these characters, this script, where we are at this point in this journey, where we've gone for 7 years of the show, put that through your filter and come out with something that represents that.
We had our meeting with Mia Michaels on a Thursday, and she was very specific and she had a very clear vision, and she guided me by giving me keywords and using designers as inspiration. So the following 2 days, I worked with a sketch artist and we came up with some designs. The day after that, we presented them to Mia and she loved them. And then 3 days later, we did a dress rehearsal. So that was the most challenging aspect, was the time.
I mean, you have to know we're working on such a short prep schedule that once you go outside of the norm, you don't get longer prep in TV. You just have to really sort of live up to the task.
So the blue screens are going to come off, the panels will be there, and that's our next gig. When I was in film school, I had learned that Alfred Hitchcock, during one of his films, had basically surrendered over this dream sequence to Salvador Dali to create. And that always stuck with me. So it's very exciting and very new for me to be both producer-director at the same time, where I brought somebody in to pretty much direct 2.5 minutes of the show. And she really came in and has conceptualized it, has helped us visualize it, has done a lot of the shot design, has directed that sequence in a way that was appropriate to her. Like, it was not just, I want you to come create the dance, I want you to show it to me the way you also see it. And it was incredible to be able to do that.
It was a beautiful experience. I mean, whether or not it was beautiful to look at, it was really fun to do. I loved being with those young dancers, seeing their enthusiasm, and they're so in their body, enjoying what their bodies can do, and so talented, loving the moment that they're having. I've taken dance class again since then, just because I loved it so much.
Oh, and I moved your sleeping pills back in the medicine cabinet because I just worry. Rachel always calls them candy. So.
getting this candy thing, it's candy in every dream that she's having, and why is it candy, and why is it candy? And then as soon as her sister says, Rachel keeps calling it candy in reference to House's pills, and she realizes what her subconscious has been trying to tell her all along, which is that he's back on drugs, and she knows it. When you came to my hospital room that night, you were stoned. One of the most important things you want from your partner is just knowing they're gonna be there when you fall. And she realizes that he, at his core, is incapable of doing that.
He was about to take Vicodin at the end of last season. Cuddy saved him. He's about to take Vicodin this time. He hesitates. Cuddy doesn't save him, and he takes the Vicodin. And it was consciously a bookend.
Bombshells was a departure in so many ways for us, not only stylistically, but in the idea of tackling so many big issues, the breakup, the Vicodin, her cancer scare, all of these different genres. We, generally speaking, take a more studied look at maybe one of those things. So this was a challenge because so many things happened.
To be able to share that with so many creative people doing so much creative work that's all outside of our normal comfort zone is a real privilege.